presentation, the session will start from our first speaker, Ms. Della Chu, to discuss today's top retail trends in the market, plus an overview of who is LS Retail, followed by Mr. Eric to talk about who is Infosoft. Then he will give us an overview of the point of sale system, LS1. After the discussion, we have an ample time for everyone to ask your inquiries. Okay, may I introduce to you our speakers for this afternoon, Mr. Eric Palaypayan and Ms. Delachu. Mr. Eric Palaypayong is the business unit head for retail in Infosoft, carrying both retail hardware and software operations. He has an extensive knowledge of retail solution whose expertise are on simplifying various companies' operations under retail industries such as specialty stores. Again, please welcome Mr. Eric.
Thank you, Jason, and thank you everyone for attending our retail webinar this afternoon. I would like to introduce first our first speaker, Ms. Della Chu, Senior Sales Executive of LS Retail. She has been more than 15 years of extensive experience in the IT industry, helping retailers and customers in the various industries to run their business with technology. Hello, Della, and good afternoon. I hope you are doing great today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good afternoon, everyone.
yeah, good
Thanks for the
afternoon.
introduction. Good afternoon again, everyone. Today, I'll be sharing with you some insights into the 2021 key retail trends. Due to the hit of COVID-19, these 2 years have been challenging for many people, I trust, including retailers like yourself globally. Today, I'll be sharing with you these trends and what will be in the upcoming years. Before that, please allow me to do a quick introduction of LS Retail and who we are. LS Retail is an Icelandic company. We provide unified commerce solutions for retail, hospitality, food service businesses of all sizes. We have been around for more than 30 years in over 250 countries. For Asia Pacific, our headquarters is based in Malaysia. Our solutions can be configured for all retail verticals depending on business needs and requirements. So it's a single solution depending on what you need for your business. It can be configured accordingly. So for example, grocery customers, normally they will have more requirements around promotions. Fashion customers will have more requirements around product dimensions and attributes. Quick service restaurants will have more requirements around recipe management and kitchen display system KDS. So it's a single solution that can be configured depending on the needs of different businesses. Based on our solution and years of experience in the market, LS Retail has more than 5,500 customers in 140 countries, powering over 83,000 stores. The success of LS Retail is well supported by our channels of partners in the respective countries with knowledge of the solutions as well as understanding of the local requirements. Infosoft, present here today, is one of our partners in the Philippines for LS1. So here are some of our customers. They come in different sizes, shapes, from smaller retailers and brands to global brands with thousands of stores and POSs. I'm sure in this deck you will notice some of the local Philippine companies like All Value, Evergo, Tesco, Avid Sports, and so on. Now let me move on to our topic for today, which are the retail trends. The hit of COVID-19 posed unprecedented challenges globally. So a lot of retailers are unprepared. They do not foresee the coming of COVID-19, and of course, they do not foresee that it will stay on for so long. During the early days of COVID-19, there's a lot of disruptions in businesses. Retailers shifted from daily concerns like managing their inventory, goods, to managing situations like panic buying, forced closures, and so on. The strategies and retail models that have worked very well before COVID-19 may become irrelevant at times like this. During COVID times, consumer adoption of technology such as e-commerce, mobile apps, e-wallets have accelerated tremendously. Of course, COVID-19 has also uncovered some of the weaknesses and forced retailers to move faster than ever. Retailers who do not have a digital strategy have to retain their business models, and they're also the ones who have taken the strongest blow. And of course, that is fatal for many of them. Okay, so COVID-19 after 1.5 years is here to stay. And of course, it has caught us in surprise in the past, but it may happen again in the future, whether in a similar form or in different forms. So what should retailers do to be ready for the next large-scale disruptive crisis? Before that, let us look into some of the changing consumers' behavior. So with COVID, with lockdown, a lot of people now are actually working from home. And we see this as a long-term trend impacting retail. Instead of buying from physical stores, people now are spending a lot more time at home buying from home. Online shopping, such as e-commerce, mobile apps, it has evolved a lot since the beginning of COVID. More and more people now, they are willing to shop online. They are having different expectations on online experience, security, delivery tracking, and of course selling. In the past, you may be having a promoter at the stores promoting products, but now retailers are doing it through live selling through social medias. Instead of spending of hours in the shopping malls, people now also prefer to quickly grab what they need from stores that are easily accessible. For retailers who are already selling online, of course, they can continue to sell online during lockdowns, restricted movements. However, for many others, they are now struggling to set up their e-commerce website, mobile apps, manage delivery, and pickup services. This requires a lot of resources and even headaches during good times. Imagine it now during this uncertainty. According to research from IBM, the pandemic accelerated the adoption of online shopping by a circle of 5 years. What that means is that instead of taking 5 years for this adoption to take place, it has now fast forward. The shift to online has been a long time coming and is here to stay, but it doesn't mean that physical stores are dead. 85% of the shopping still happens in person, but the roles of stores is changing. So with COVID, everyone's staying at home now, and of course, more and more people working from home. There are fewer people commuting, and we also noticed that a lot of retailers now are moving away from city centers, prime locations, and malls. Even retail capitals like London, New York are being affected. We expect more and more stores to move from city centers to suburbs to cater for the local community, probably in a slightly different retail formats. Like for example, you have smaller stores and more pop-up stores. With COVID, there is also a lot more focus by consumers on their safety when they're shopping and of course contactless shopping. The rise of e-commerce is part of a larger trend towards the contactless retail. That is shopping that requires minimal to zero human-to-human interaction. Even when they're shopping in person, consumers will try to avoid contacts, whether it's with the products or with the people in the store. To offer this touchless experience, there's a lot of reliance on technology. So just to give some very simple examples like payments. Payments, we have now moved towards cashless payments like uh, Visa, Master, PayWave, and e-wallets. Social distancing, I would say it probably sort of come in place before even the COVID era. So imagine the boom of the e-commerce platforms since a few years ago, with more and more people shopping online. It also changes how consumers shop in the stores. Based on a statistic by Retail Dive in 2018, the same year Amazon launched its fully automated self-service store, Amazon Go, 77% of shoppers use a mobile device to search for information while in physical stores, while just 35% are willing to consult in-store salesperson. What that means is that, for example, you go into a store, you have an item that you are interested. Most likely before going to the store, you have already searched for the information of that product on your mobile or through websites. If it's a random shopping where you saw something that you like in the store, most likely as well that you will check for a similar item on your mobile app. If there's any e-com platforms like Lazada, Shopee selling the same item at a cheaper price. So this is how technology is changing ways shoppers do their shopping way before COVID. So with this COVID times now, we see this trend more prevalent. In the next few years, we will see much more technology like self-checkouts, mobile phone apps that can even let consumers to scan items, pay using their phone. So that will be these upcoming trends. For self-service, it do not limit to only like self-checkout machines that you see here by our customer IKEA. You can also see that there are more and more self-service, like self-order and pay at restaurants. On top of reducing the contact with uh, the employees at the stores, they also give customers the freedom to check out at their own pace. Several of our customers have seen positive results from substituting some of their manned checkouts with self-service ones. For example, they have seen like shorter queues and of course increased satisfactions, and employees they can spend more time doing other stuff, for example, providing advice and services to customers. While some consumer habits will return to normal, others have changed forever. This is a quote from Steve Roth, CEO at Marks and Spencer's, a great department stores. So if you look into trends like e-com, mobile apps, self-service, it's the adoption rate has increased rapidly during COVID times, but that doesn't mean that after COVID, these kind of trends and behavior will go away. It will stay, and of course, the forms may change in the future. Okay. For retailers, as I've mentioned just now, physical stores are here to stay, but have different roles and setup. We noticed that a lot of new retailers, of course, as I mentioned, their locations are different from pre-COVID times, which are normally in the malls. The stores tend to be smaller, and of course, the store's design has changed to ensure social distancing, to ensure to provide that safe environment, contactless environment that consumers are looking at. For example, there'll be QR codes for consumers to scan on product information. There will be fewer shelves and items, but those items will normally be on demand, popular items by consumers. Digital tally counters who will show up the number of people in the stores. Outdoor stores, instead of air-conditioned stores, we see more and more stores actually opening up and locations that are easily accessible by consumers. Pickup areas, meaning areas for customers who do online shopping and collect their goods in the store. So we see that in every store, new store design, there will be an area dedicated for this. Okay. After more than 1.5 years, I would say that COVID is still around and most likely here to stay for another 1 or more years. These are things that beyond our control. However, for retailers, instead of simply reacting when the storm hits, you can actually stay proactive and embrace the storm when it comes. So here are the 7 steps that we have identified that can help you to stay proactive. Step number 1, plan multiple scenarios. In the past 1.5 years, we have learned that a lot of things can happen and it can change very fast. Instead of thinking that, oh, these things will not happen again, COVID will be gone soon, it will be wise to check your supply chain, your technology, understand where your business can improve and make a plan based on, for example, if you have a sudden lockdown again, how can you stay in operations? How can you still serve your customers? These are the things that you can plan ahead with stimulation of the different potential scenarios. Step number 2, operate an omni-channel business. Having an e-commerce is no longer something optional or luxury. It becomes a necessity for survival. But of course, your physical stores still remains important, but in a different shape and form. So you have to rethink your business strategy based on the different channels, like for example, where your store should be, whether it should be city centers, suburbs where people work from home. You have to rethink about your size of the store. What do you sell online versus in the store? Product selections from different channels. And of course, you have to make information accessible to your consumers and potential customers, like having product information online, provide the flexibility for consumers to shop as they like, whether it's click and collect or shopping in the stores or buy and deliver to homes. Step number 3, empower employees with information. With COVID, many business operations are done remotely. Therefore, it is essential for staff on the ground to have information about your products, your stocks, their characteristics, and so on to provide the best service. For store managers, of course, they need more insights on what is selling well, what is selling not so well, the margins, and be able to make quick decisions. For example, on how you want to arrange your stocks, how you want to have the product mix in the different stores. And that is if even if they're working from home or working from another country, technology can provide this kind of flexibility and visibility. Step number 4, retailers need to make technology a priority investment, not a secondary investment, and focus on technologies that will help you to adapt quickly to consumers' changing needs. So, for example, suddenly everyone is panic buying for groceries during lockdown, or suddenly something happens and a lot of people are getting face masks, sanitizers, and so on. So, retailers need to quickly adapt to these changing needs using technology. On top of the list are like cloud to stay on the latest technology, connect with all employees in real time to ensure smooth business operations, unified commerce to get a clear view about your business, about your customers, about consumers' behavior that can provide meaningful data, intelligence, and make smart decisions. Step number 5. Okay, selling products is no longer just about the product itself, but what kind of value add and value proposition that retailers can provide and differentiate yourself from your competitors. So it can be like providing extra services that complement the products that you're selling. It can be in the form of like services like repairs, rentals, appointments to provide advice and guidance to your customers. Number 6, define, communicate, and live your values. I'm not sure about the Philippines, but I noticed personally that values has become increasingly important to customers during these COVID times. For example, consumers are very supportive of local businesses or buying from businesses that are demonstrating good values, like they do a lot of charity work, corporate social responsibility, because consumers believe that since they are buying, they want to buy from a retailer that will be able to make difference and help others who are not doing well even during these difficult times. So for retailers that are doing a lot of this charity work, showing good values, supporting their employees, they will also see that consumers are actually buying more from them. Step number 7, stay agile and listen to your customers. So just to sum up all these steps are actually to prepare retailers to be able to change when needed. You need to stay agile and listen to your customers, looking at data, practice social listening, reviewing your customers' feedback on your website. That's a very good platform. Yeah, listening to them in person, understand what they need under different kinds of situations, and of course, adapt quickly to those changing behaviors. Okay. Last but not least, the COVID-19 pandemic has dramatically changed a lot of things for consumers and, of course, for retailers as well. Well, many retailers have taken this situation very negatively. A lot others have actually taken proactive measures and brave steps to transform and adapt. And the steps they've taken has proven to be success. So I hope that my presentation today has given you a good insights on the retail trends and also some key pointers to decide on the next steps for your business.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
thank you, Della, for that wonderful insights and sharing with us global retail trends. Indeed, there is really a big shift in the retail landscape due to this pandemic. I really like your presentation on the 7 steps to be proactive instead of reactive. So let me share you my screen. Okay, so to kickstart my presentation, I'd like to introduce first our company, satellite offices, our team, solution and services, awards and recognition from our partners, existing clients, and of course, our presentation for our post solution. So Infosoft was established on August 16, 2001. We have partnered with the best-in-class ERP solution in the Philippines. Our head office is located in Metro Manila, specifically in Mandaluyong. And we have satellite offices in Cebu and Davao to cater our Visayas and Mindanao clients. Serving more than 150 clients and growing, they enabled us to strengthen our competency and experience in addressing various industry requirements. So these are the people behind the success of our company. Our management team headed by Mr. Joris Spanhoff, our CEO, together with our directors, which are composed of professionals such as business management, economics, information technology, and finance with experience and expertise in their respective fields. We have around 90 people working together to provide you with quality service, which are composed of functional and technical consultants, whom are both expert in technical, finance, and accounting. Our functional consultants are composed of project managers, certified public accountants, and people with finance background. While on the other hand, our technical consultant, they are mainly software engineers and IT experts, which provide technical expertise and technical consultation, so we can deliver our services with confidence and quality. So for our solution, we have the following. We have ERP, CRM, business intelligence, retail solution, and cloud hosting services. And in this afternoon, we will focus on the retail solution, which is LS1, is a point of sale system, which is very flexible, versatile, and feature-rich in functionalities. In a bit, I will be showing you more of the products, features, and its functionalities. The next one would be Red Space. We offer cloud hosting services like cloud storage, cloud server, cloud infrastructure, web hosting, email hosting, and a lot more. As you can see, a lot of companies are into digital transformation. We believe that having a reliable retail service provider or cloud service provider is a must in attaining a true cloud freedom. So we also have Solver, is our business intelligence software, which can be used for finance reporting and consolidation, budgeting and forecasting. This is very useful for companies with multiple databases and would want to have a consolidated data for better reporting. Then next one would be the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. It was formerly known as Microsoft Dynamics NAV. It's an enterprise resource planning system designed for financials and distribution from small and mid-sized companies. So we are also a Microsoft Gold partner, but we still can provide you with other Dynamics product like Microsoft Dynamics Nav, and Microsoft Dynamics Great Plains. So then last but not the least is our Acumatica. It is a complete cloud enterprise resource planning which comes with unlimited users and can cater different types of industry. In the next slide, I'll be showing you the verticals that we have developed from Acumatica. Okay, so to address different vertical industry requirements, our company developed this vertical solution which is anchored with Acumatica. First is RED, or the real estate dimension, is for real estate company and construction management. Then we have FAD, or facility and asset dimension, is for property management, leasing operation, and asset management. Then we also have Agri-D, or agribusiness dimension, addressing specific requirements for plantation, aquaculture, and poultry company. Then we also have AD, or the advanced dimension. We localize Acumatica to conform with Philippine taxation policy to cater the requirements of the BIR, like printing of BIR Form 2307, cash advance liquidation, petty cash funds and replenishment, and post-dated check management. Then our services as a value-added reseller, the key to our approach is the concept of looking at our client as our business partner. We take closest interest in helping our clients take control of their operation by streamlining their processes and helping them gain insight from accurate and timely information. And our focus is to identify your pain points and bottleneck of your operation, because this is where we find right solution for you by carefully understanding your current processes and making the system works for you. So our approach in the implementation is regardless of its size. So we look at the very details of your operation to ensure that the investment delivers the value and meets your organizational goal and requirements. Then we also have the customization and integration. There are cases when the business process is unique or it's beyond the standard of the system, or you may need to connect to a third-party system like POS, ERP, and e-commerce. This is where we do the customization and integration. Then finally, once the project is completed, we have a separate dedicated team that handles the service maintenance plan. We call them the customer support team. So the client has the option to avail of the SMP with consumable hours depending in the chosen plan, like silver, gold, platinum, which they can use for break and fix support and some minor customizations requirement like additional reports. With this setup, we make sure that the clients is happy and they will feel that they were not left behind. So in this slide, here are some of our awards and recognition. We are proud enough to say that we are serving our clients with passion and dedication. Having been recognized by our partners, principal, really something that motivates us to do more. And all this came from feedback of our clients who speak on behalf of us. Because for us, the true meaning of success is when our customer speaks for us, not just by winning an account, but we also see to it that the solution we offer will really help our client grow their business. So we are also a LS1 Gold partner. Okay, so why you really need to choose a vendor that has proven track record to implement your system? So I'd like to give you a brief highlight of who we are and our retail background. So we've been in the commercial software business for over 20 years now and are qualified, certified professionals, gained expertise and skills through countless successful implementation. As mentioned earlier, we have various deployments on different retail industries like fashion and apparels, bookshops, optical shops, supermarket, and restaurants. Our successful implementation have developed a local technical knowledge of the industry and its retail best practice. With, on the other hand, have also created a long-term relationship with our customers who believe that having a right software investment and a right partner is the key for a successful business. So I also like to share, or here are some of the 2021 key retail trends highlights, although some of which might have been connected to Della's presentation earlier. Maybe Della, maybe I can ask you to share some of your insight and experience as I go through my presentation.
Yep, sure there, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. So first one is e-commerce will continue to grow. Even after post-pandemic, it's really important for us retailers to have an online presence and to build multiple touch points. For your customers, as offline sales continue to dip due to lockdowns, we can easily expect e-commerce to grow and well beyond the end of the pandemic. Della, maybe you could share some of your global customers that have been used and integrated their e-commerce website with LS1, and what e-commerce platform are they using?
One of our customers shares H&M in Indonesia and Thailand. They have their own e-commerce platform on Magento, integrating with LS1. Despite COVID times, many retailers are struggling and at the age of closing down their business. H&M, in fact, they are doing very well through their online stores. They are also increasing their physical stores. But of course, as I mentioned, the physical stores may play a different role. There's a lot of flexibility of having your e-commerce store, of course, but it requires also a lot of investment and resources. So if you are a new player, a new adopter of digital strategy, I would suggest that you kickstart by leveraging on maybe existing marketplace such as Lazada and Shopee to sell online first. Once you have a better grasp of the market demand trends, how you should be driving your digital strategy, then you can perhaps have your own e-com platform.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to that. Because most of the marketplace does not give you the customer details, and I believe for retailers, it's really important that you get this customer information so you can directly connect with your customers and send them marketing and promotion. But I believe having a multiple touch points like for a retailer is really needed at this time. Like you should have your own e-commerce. You should also have your own. You should be available on marketplace, and you should also have physical stores.
Yep, indeed. Having multiple channels will allow retailers to quickly change their plans from plan A, for example, with multiple channels to plan B, only selling online when during lockdowns, or plan C, and so on and so forth. So having multiple platforms uh, will do the trick in shifting according to the trends.
Yeah, okay. So next one would be safe and contactless technology. Safe and contactless technology will gain more attraction. Right now, we've seen AI or artificial intelligence and augmented reality are the new game changers in the digital economy. AR is a digital medium that allows you to overlay virtual content into the physical world that makes it seem like the content is physically there. So it has been studied that a product with augmented reality content has a 94% higher conversion rate than those without. So there are now brands that have started to implement AR like IKEA, Home Depot, Converse. Then Nike just launches their AR solution called Nike Fit, and a lot more companies are following. So we also have chatbots, are example of AI-powered collaborative customer support software, and that improve the customer experience. Chatbot is like a salesperson in a physical store able to take on query in real time while saving money in human resource expenditure. So as example by Della earlier on self-service kiosk, cashless payment and e-wallet are example of contactless technology. Here in the Philippines, we've seen growing numbers of customers uses e-wallets like GCash, Paymaya, ShopeePay, GrabPay, and even our small retailers now are now accepting this kind of payment. With electronic wallet, anyone can send and receive money, pay bills, shop online, and transfer money from one GCash user to another. So Della, maybe you could share some of your famous e-wallet that most people in Malaysia use, or if you can share some of your personal experience as well.
Yeah. So some of the popular e-wallets in Malaysia are such as Touch and Go, Boost, GrabPay, and they can do many of the features that you described earlier as well. Pay bills, pay for parking, pay for toll. Uh, you can also have easy access to some of the retail apps, like for example, Mr. DIY, a very famous uh, local hardware store chains selling assorted goods. So actually, most of these e-wallets, they are already there before COVID times, but the adoption rate is very low, and of course, more limited features. This adoption sharply increased during COVID times, with of course more and more consumers using e-wallets. More and more local retailers are also starting to accept e-wallets as payments. I'm not referring to very large retail chains, but it goes down to even very small retailers like fruit stores, small restaurants.
Yeah, I agree to that. Here in Philippines, the most popular one e-wallet is the GCash. But GCash has been even before even before pandemic, we've been using GCash. But during pandemic, I think a lot of users now uses this application. Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, physical retail is being reshaped. We were not saying that the physical store or malls will be out soon, but we've seen that in order for the retail business to survive, they need to have multiple touch points from the customer. Samples are social media marketing, marketplace, e-commerce, where the retailer can generate engagement or traffic with their customer. We've also seen that the shopping experience is not linear anymore. Shoppers that are in the store is still checking on their smartphone, and they treat this as their good advisor or assistant every time they wanted to buy something. Then next one would be online grocery to increase. So online grocery took a sharp increase when the lockdown started last year. We have noted, especially during this pandemic, that a lot of people have tried it for the first time to shop for grocery items online. And many have started to realize the convenience it offered while consumer choose to remain indoors. Ordering from the comfort of home is really a retail trend that will continue this year and even post-pandemic. So here we've seen most of the people either buys at Lazada or Shopee for consumer products. And there's also Grab and Food Panda for food and grocery deliveries. So by the way, aside from this grocery, which are the marketplace that are familiar in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, we have a lot of grocery stores that offer their own e-commerce or mobile apps for consumers to shop online. Of course, there are some who also work with platforms like Lazada and Shopee. I would say that for groceries, it's a little bit special that many consumers still prefer to personally go to the store, pick the items to ensure its freshness and good condition. Of course, some consumers may adopt technologies like buying online through their mobile app and then collect from the store as well. So for groceries, I would say that the experience is a little bit different. With COVID, we actually see groceries growing like mushrooms. Even local groceries, just a few stores, they are growing like mushrooms. They are normally resided in the community area, like stores, instead of shopping malls. So that provided a lot of convenience to the local community, of course, sales for the retailers.
Yes, I agree to that. As Evergotesco, their sales really increased during pandemic as compared to pre-pandemic. So that's why I think their supermarket or groceries business are really good business during this pandemic. Okay, thank you, Della, for sharing much detailed insight on your local and personal experience in your country. We can say that the world have started to adopt this as a new standard.
Mhm.
So okay, so before I proceed with the overview of our system, let's break it down to the following talking points and challenges that most of the retailers are facing. For sales and marketing, their problem is how do they retain the customers? How do they increase engagement with the customers? For operations, how do they optimize my operation? How do they optimize their inventory? For IT, which system architecture better fits my organization? Should they go for on-prem or cloud-based system? Which one is easy to maintain? Can my POS system supports my e-commerce website? For finance, how to have an effective and efficient reporting? How would they be able to know which product has the most profit margin or top selling items? So, or it's using this report can have better decision making for owners. How can they be able to scale up? Is the system ready to grow as my business grows? So these are some of the questions, challenges, and pain points that most of the retailers are facing. So again, these are the benefits with which the system can offer. So for sales and marketing, we want to have a better customer engagement, better customer experience, because the system has a built-in loyalty program and several options for promotions and discounts like buy three for two, buy one take one, quantity discounting, end of season sale, and a lot more. So for operations, inventory management and forecasting are one of the key component for the operations team. Usually, they need to know if their items are overstocked or understocked, especially for fast-moving item. They need to make sure that they have enough items on the sales area. Forecasting is retail involves utilizing existing data to predict future events and consumer behavior as well. So it's really important that the system has the replenishment module where they can set stock level and reorder point. For IT, data integrity is very much crucial, and the POS system should have the option for on-prem or cloud infrastructure. And right now, we need to have an online presence, which is to have an e-commerce website where your system or POS system supports. For finance, an effective and fast reporting tool is a key to make better decision. So for finance, they need to know which product are slow moving and fast moving, which product has a high revenue for them to be able to decide which one they need to put more budget. For finance, they have to have a timely and accurate reporting so that they could come up with an informed business decision. And of course, for the owner or business owner, they always think of how they can scale up or grow their business and make sure they could have a better decision turnaround. Timing is very important, but data would be equivalently crucial for business owners to evidence-based decision. So more faster to make decision. It's being backed up with data. So in the next couple of slides, I'll be showing you the features and functionality of our POS. So introducing our retail solution, LS1. The product is developed by LS Retail. LS1 is built on Microsoft.NET framework. It includes social or source code licensing, which means that customers and resellers can customize part of solution business logic. I think this one is one of the great advantage of cost for customers that has their own development team, one that is familiar with visual.net, which they can create their own customization or add-ons on top of the standard features and functionality. The system can either run on-premise or in the cloud. It's easy to use, set up, and configure, which result in shorter implementation time. So it's simple and easy to install and run, yet powerful and flexible. As discussed by Della on her presentation, it can almost cover all retail industry. So if your business or company is into both retail and restaurant, you would not need to have different POS system, as LS1 can already covers that. It also helps you keep up with the challenges that is presented by every retailer's current business landscape through its single integrated solution stack that can be easily managed and maintained. So to give you an overview of our system architecture, it has a head office which helps to consolidate all the data coming from different stores. You can also set pricing, promotions, discount and offers, then send it out to specific store or all stores. Then it also has back office where you can use for back office operations like PO creations, goods receiving, store transfer, inventory management, and report generations. Then we also have the storefront office, basically handles the post transaction like sales, return, discount, customer loyalty, multiple tender, hospitality table management, and all end of day procedures. So a mobile or tablet can be used as POS or ordering station. It supports both Windows and Android operating system. You can also use it for goods receiving and physical inventory as well. So it's more than just a POS. You can manage all your location with LS1 system. It handles your inventory and purchasing, keep control on your stock, and gain useful insight into your business with its reporting tool. For customer accounts, you can create accounts easily and fast and engage your client with tailored reward programs. New customer profile can be created at the POS during transaction processing. You can manage the profile as single customer or collect them into customer group and assign them special discount offers and prices. So for customer retention, with LS1, it already comes with built-in loyalty program that is included in the system. Not like with other POS system that you have to purchase it separately as an add-on. With LS1, it makes it fast and easy to set up. You can create different degrees of loyalty. For example, you can create club cards on different levels such as gold, silver, bronze, and assign your customer different amount of points every time they pay a visit or buys at your store. You can also offer the possibility to use points as payment or to get discount. So for promotion and discount, you can satisfy your customer with LS1, which offers endless possibility to set up discount and promotional prices. You can also create variety of offers like buy 3 for 2, buy 1 take 1 for free, happy hour, special weekend or end of year sale. You can also do quantity discounting as well. And all offers will be triggered automatically when the discounted item is punched or sold. and the system will clearly display the type of offers in the receipt panel. So with LS1 is resilient, can manage to different types of retail industry from restaurants to retail to forecourt. All these are possible with the system. It has feature-rich functionality. The user interface layout can easily be customized to any customer own brand and style. Can accept multiple tender, including gift certificate, credit memo, foreign currency. It also supports multiple language like Chinese, Korean, Spanish, with a lot of option for discounting and promotion. You can also oversee stock access. With LS1, you can set the security and permission of your stock. You can either grant or deny its permission based on his or her role. You can also create groups and assign the permission to it. So it's one solution with multiple benefits. All these features are available in the system. So it has 360 view of your operation. Run your business from anywhere while your data hosted in the cloud. You can manage your business from anywhere, set up item prices, create offers, or plan your inventory whenever you are. With it has online offline reliability. With your head office database hosted in the cloud and your POS system running offline, we can make sure that the store can accept transaction even if internet connection is down. So it has detailed available reports. There are a lot of available reports in stock level report, item movement report, profit and loss analysis, financial report, top selling and worst selling items. These are just few example of reports that can be generated in LS1 and export it to Excel, PDF, or Microsoft Word format. So reduce the risk. Protecting your data is the most important part of your business continuity plan. Whether you experience a natural disaster, power failure, or other crisis like this pandemic, but having your data stored in the cloud ensures that it's being backed up and protected in a secure and safe location. Being able to access your data again quickly allows you to conduct business as usual, minimizing any downtime and loss of productivity. So grow your business faster by tracking your sales performance, identifying profitable products, and making sure that you have overall control and view of your system will surely result to a business success. So react to change quickly. Hosting your data on the cloud allows employees to be more flexible in their work practices. For example, you have the ability to access your data from home, on holiday, or via the commute. So gain cloud freedom. We all know that a lot of businesses is moving on the cloud because of the benefits it could offer. Cloud is becoming an essential technology for retailers. So through this intelligent architecture, features and functionalities, LS1 is everything you need in one solution. So sell, manage, report, and grow without having the pains of maintaining multiple systems. Retailing doesn't have to be complicated. Make it easy with LS1 POS and partner with Infosoft. Now, let's move on to the question and answer portion. For those who have questions, maybe you can kindly message us on the comment section. Maybe Jason, you can assist us to read some of their questions.
Thank you, Miss Della and Mr. Eric. Great insights about the retail trends and also for introducing to us LS1 and its rich functionality. So before we start the Q&A, please be reminded to scan the QR code in the screen using your phone or click the link in the chat box. Then fill up the form to confirm your attendance and be eligible to avail the license discounts. Okay, so our first question is from Miss Alexa. How long does it take to implement LS1?
Yeah, maybe I could answer that question. Normally, it depends on the complexity of requirements. For standard implementation, I think for one store, we can implement it in like 7 days to up to 15 days.
We have another question here from Sir Daniel Romero. Is the system BIR accredited?
Yes, it's already accredited by BIR.
An question from Miss Dina. For supermarket, is the inventory system included on your system like loyalty?
Yes, all features, functionality like inventory management, loyalty system, all these features are already included in the standard package.
Thank you, sir. Another question from Miss Alexa. How is the licensing structure for LS1?
Dela, would you want to answer that question?
Sure. So for LS1 licensing, there are two main components. One is on the number of POS, and second is on the number of site managers, users that are available in your business.
Yeah, and to add to that also, in LS1, there's also an on-prem licensing or subscription licensing, meaning if you're subscription licensing, you can opt to choose quarterly or annual subscription.
Next question is also, which malls do you have small hookup accreditation?
So we all major malls like SM, Ayala, Mega World, and Robinsons, we are already accredited for the mall hookup.
Okay, sir. Okay, we have another question. Do you have buyback options for those customers which has existing POS software?
Maybe Della, would you like to answer this question?
Yep. Currently, we have a special buyback promotion together with Infosoft. So if you are currently using RMS, we have some programs to transition you to LS1. And of course, if you are using other POS solutions like local POS, that there is a buyback program as well in the campaign together with Infosoft.
For those who attended this webinar, maybe you can call us or talk to us to know more about the licensing discount that has been approved by LS Retail.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Sir Eric and Miss Della. May I call on again Sir Eric to wrap up this event?
Yeah. On behalf of Infosoft, we wish you well and thank you once again for attending this webinar. Hope to see you soon in the future events. Della, thank you once again for your support and to LS Retail. Della, you want to pitch in before we end this presentation?
Yep, sure. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It's very happy to see a lot of people and interest in the retail trends and looking forward to talking to you. If you have any requirements, do reach out to us, Eric or myself. We have been around supporting retailers for many, many years. So I trust that Infosoft, as our local partner, would be able to advise you based on your business requirements as well as local requirements in the Philippines.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Della. I hope to hear from you soon.
Yep.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.